Good evening. This is the May 1st, 2024 Capital Facilities meeting. I'm Bob Cotton. I'm the chair of the committee. Together with me this evening is Barb Higgins and Pam Walsh, who are on the committee. Jim Richards is not able to join us this evening, so I'm going to ask Brenda Hastings to sit in his stead. Along with us this evening also is Karen Meeker, also a member of the school board, Terry Wolf, the superintendent, Jack Dunn, and Matt Cashman. And I would turn it over to the superintendent if she has any opening remarks.
No, I don't. I'm going to pass it very quickly to Matthew.
Okay, so Matt, please.
All right.
Please take it away.
So tonight's agenda, I wanted to do a quick overview of, can't believe we're saying the summer of 2024, but 7 weeks, I think. We're going to be starting a lot of work in the district. So I just kind of, we've talked about a lot of these in the past. I want to do that again. Just a brief overview. I do want to do a little shout out recognition to the facilities maintenance and our department, because I really feel that even though we're shorthanded, they're doing a great job. And I just kind of want to take a minute to do that. We want to talk about the capital improvement plan just from a very high level. And I think, Bob, we talked about we'll dedicate, because it's a pretty big topic, that we would dedicate that to an upcoming Capital Facilities Committee meeting. And then we'd talk about some of the work we did today around the CM process. So with that, summer projects. So we've talked a lot about it. This is the secure vestibules at Concord High School, broken ground in Beaver Meadow. That work, it's a lot of work to cram in over the summer, but we do have a schedule in place. We're going to start right after school is out, and we've been meeting. We're going to continue to meet every week leading up to when school gets out, and then we're going to immediately start that project. A lot of the doors, components have already been put on order, which is great to beat any lead times. We're also going to be doing, at every school location, we're going to be doing security film, installing that. We're going to be installing it in the lower areas, and I can get into that at a later date, the office and entry areas as part of the summer work we're doing.
Matt, just for the public, could you just explain what security film is?
Yes. It's a film that's applied to the inside of the glass windows in the sections that you select, and we're selecting the main entries and wrap around the office. When you think about the high school, we would wrap around the whole cafeteria, come around the half moon, if you will, doors, and then follow your way around the library media center. So it's a film that's somewhat easily applied. It's going to be applied by Granite State Glass. Once the glass is clear and the film is applied, then they put a special caulking around the new film. So it just adds, it's per code to install it that way, but it.
But the purpose of it?
It's ballistic related.
Okay.
It helps. It's been recommendations that we've had from Homeland Security visits, and we've talked about it at safety committees, and we were able to be eligible for the grant. We applied for it, we got it, so we are choosing to go in that direction, and we haven't had any pushback. People are pretty happy about that. One of the other things that I look at the CHS sinkhole. I don't want to say we've been lucky, but every rain that we had yesterday, and
Are the fish back?
Yeah. So that is part of the summer project. We're hoping we can get, and I don't want to make any predictions. We're hoping to get to the end of the year, have that whole area quarantined off, start doing some test digging, see what's going on down there, and then come up with fixes to remedy whatever, because we can't see right now what's going on. So that We're doing some carpet replacements in the world language departments up at the high school. Desperately needed. CRTC Automotive. I've been working with Ann Fowler, and as part of the automotive program, we've been doing some significant upgrades and planning them, much like what we did in the dining room last year, in the business office. We're continuing, and I think she's really doing a great job with planning out future improvements for that program. At Millbrook, we're including some, at the playground sidewalk, we've had some heaving and some issues over there, so we're going to get that repaired. At all the elementary schools, we like to refresh the playground mulch. You're supposed to maintain a certain level of mulch as a cushioning, so we're going to be doing that at all of our schools, refreshing that. We have swing and slide the rubber mats at the end. A lot of them are worn, broken. Their recommendation from Primex and playground inspections to do that, so we are following through with that. White Farm, the Project C building, the outside of that building we discovered had lead paint. So we are going to remediate that this summer. We're going to have it all removed right after the end of summer. We've coordinated with Project C, and then the whole time it will be air monitored to have that done, and then we'll do 2 coats of fresh paint, and it will look pretty nice. Not alligator peeling like you see now. Eastman parking lot. Every year we do a little bit of hole patching, and it's in desperate need of replacement, but we're going to try to extend a little more by putting some hard pack, just a sand-like hard material. That's what we've done in the past, but there's some areas we really need to take care of up there, so we're including that. Some walk-off grates at Millbrook, Krista, and Abbott. You might have seen over the years, some of them have just gotten
What's
bent.
a walk-off grate? Okay.
So when you come in to the schools,
Yeah.
before you come in and you're coming into the outside, they're made out of aluminum,
Oh,
with
like
big
to
squares.
get the snow off your boots?
Yeah, kind of like a outside tread.
Outside doormat, yeah.
Outside doormat.
Yeah.
Exactly. We call them walking grates or walk-off grates. So there's particular ones that were damaged over the years, so we want to get those replaced. And, I'm saying all these typical work that we have scheduled as summer projects, but one of the huge ones, or 2 of the huge ones, is the Beaver Meadow and the Broken Ground HVAC replacement. We've been planning this for almost a year now. I meet weekly with Train. Jack meets with us a lot of the times too, for the whole financing part of it. But that project is on schedule over the past couple of school breaks. We've had work done at both schools in there, pre-wiring, just getting ready. Transformers and switchgear have been on order for a while, so we've done a lot of pre-planning work, just getting ready to do this project. And of course, we always do some district painting upgrade. We're probably not going to do as much this year, but because we're using funds on other projects that we need to get taken care of, but I think it's going to be a busy summer. Does anyone have any?
Well, this isn't really for summer projects. It may be more for the capital plan, but last year, one of our summer projects was using grant funds to build an accessible playground at Broken Ground, right? Or was it Beaver Meadow?
So we did.
Okay.
We applied for grants.
Oh,
We did put that in, and it's been installed the whole
Right.
year. It's a swing with a rubberized.
That was at Broken Ground.
That was at Broken
Right.
Ground.
so I guess my question is, are we applying for other grants? Have we looked at the pricing to expand that to some of our other elementary schools?
I want to say yes, but with specificity. Ellen, who
Yeah.
you've all known,
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone write so many grants and go after, find so many different things. So we're always talking about it. We'll continue to talk about it. But if they're out there, she'll find them. But to that point, I wanted to, if everyone's okay with the summer project overview for the summer.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Before I jumped into the brief overview of the capital improvement plan, you folks know how busy we all are, right? We know with all the stuff going on, we know that the facilities and the maintenance department has been shorthanded, and it's a lot to keep up with. But somehow, these folks are doing it. We have 5 maintenance people. They're out and about every single day fixing all kinds of stuff that occur, saving us money from having to go out and get subcontractors in. Our custodians are keeping our schools clean. I honestly don't know how they're doing it, but they are. They're keeping up and maintaining. We have 7 head custodians, just about 32 custodians in the district, second shift, and only at the high school we have 2 third shifters. But they need to be recognized. And I can tell you just from the work that we've been doing, the addition of having Mary Wyatt as our admin assistant in facilities has been huge. It's been a game changer. So we update projects and we talk about all sorts of things, but I think we've got to also talk about the people that really do the work out there, the boots on the ground that are making it happen. And I just want to say to you,
Well, I'd like to thank Mary for all the work that she's been doing on all kinds of different things. And Superintendent, I think it would not be inappropriate. I think it would be very highly appropriate, actually, if we ask the head custodian to come in and recognize some of the folks and just, they are an integral part of our facilities, and we should recognize those folks.
That would be great. Thank you to all of them, but also thank you to you, Matt,
Yeah.
who you do a lot, which brings me to how's it going hiring your assistant?
Yeah, where is the assistant?
I know we can't find
I'm
another
looking.
you, but
No, so I am talking with a particular individual at another district who is very interested. We actually sat in this boardroom several weeks ago and talked for almost an hour. Very qualified, very good person, someone who I think would work well. They're currently working right now, so we're going back and forth, and we're trying to work on something. I texted him on Monday, asking him to give me a call and come on back up. I want to take you for a tour of some of the schools and have you meet some of our folks and just kind of.
Well, please keep us informed.
Yes.
And,
I will. Oh yeah.
fingers crossed on making something happen.
My toes are crossed as well.
May I make a
Yes.
comment? I think that looks like this individual would be a really good fit and work well with Matt and his team. But also, Jack and I have discussed that salary is an issue. So we're kind of looking at the salary. We're seeing what other districts are paying for similar positions. So I may have to look at the salary range and bring it up a little bit. So I'll keep you posted on that ASAP. But that, these are the things that we're running up against, and as you know, it's everywhere. So we'll get back to you on that. But salary is an issue.
We're always concerned about budget, but we also know that we need the help.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm going to take that screen to lay out once I figure out how to do it. It's annoying. So the capital improvement plan, as you all know, most big municipalities, a lot of people do it for their homes. You take a look at what you need to plan for, big picture items. So it's a 10-year overview. We've shared it out many times. It's a in-the-weeds document, and it's good for everyone to see. I'd like the opportunity to bring that to a dedicated future meeting where we can really pay it its due. I think to skim it over it tonight wouldn't really be fair to what we're trying to do. So it covers things like site work, doors and windows, mechanical systems, parking lots. I mean, we've addressed the two, we will be addressing the two HVAC systems at the Broken Ground Beaver Meadow, but we also are addressing the high school next summer. So those are huge, huge, big reliefs that we can do that. So those are the types of things.
I think we ought to, plan to review that at least once a year. And it's about time again. And I strongly support the idea of having a kind of a dedicated session to it. We got an awful lot of stuff going on, but we got to keep the long-term plan in focus as well. So,
I agree.
any other comments on?
Yeah, I think 10 years of the required maintenance is good, and a lot of that is sort of worked into our operating budget, although not all of it. I think it'd be helpful when we have that discussion to have a slightly longer in some of the, the expected, when are we going to have to replace the roofs on the new elementary
Yep.
schools?
Lifespan type thing.
What are, we're dealing with this HVAC now, so we can look, we have this meeting with the city coming up. It would be helpful, like, we have this big project now, but I don't think we have, except whether maybe the CRTC, which is a lot of state funding, but like, so that we can say to them, this is our big project timeline, and then we're done for a while.
Right, right.
I think that would be helpful to have, and that's
Okay.
not necessarily just 10 years.
That's true.
Yeah.
That points out a good example. What I think I should bring as well is expected lifespans of how much time could you get out of parking lots? Like you
Yeah.
said, how much time can you get out of roofs, doors and windows, mechanical systems, even pumps and motors that support all of that. But I think I want to accompany that with the years slotted out with the per school, which we've already have all that. But I think it's a working document, and it's something that I do want to dedicate to
Yeah,
a
so
given
let's,
session.
let us know when you guys want to do that. But
Okay.
I think it's
Sounds great.
the next couple of months, we should definitely do that.
Okay.
I think we also ought to make sure that we include Memorial Field.
Yeah.
I know that's a big bite, but, it's still there, and we've got to face it. I'm trying to work with Dave Gill to bring him in, because they're supposed to make a presentation to you
Yeah.
about the findings.
Yeah.
So I haven't received that word yet, but I'll reach out to Dave again.
Any thoughts on that, Barb?
Nope.
Um,
Has they presented to the city council
No,
yet? I don't think they
no,
have, no.
No.
all right.
So, okay.
Go ahead.
I was just thinking, I need one of these for my family.
Can help you.
Do I have to replace my
Right?
roof?
Yikes, now you've got me thinking.
Mine's 40 years old. It's the original slate roof, so every day I look at it
Well,
and
if you
go,
got slated, then I screw it, but it's hard to replace.
We know because we did it here.
Yeah.
So I guess, we've been doing a lot of work. I would say if we did just an overview of our CM process, we, as you know, we did the RFP. We sent out, we got the responses in late
Just-
January.
Just to clarify, request for proposal.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah.
well, also that this is about the middle school.
This is about the middle school project, about
Yes.
a construction
You're talking
manager.
alphabet language.
Am
Yeah,
I?
no, it just,
And what we're
Okay.
really talking about.
I need, my wife says that a lot. I'm
What we
glad you
really
said
need
it.
is we're also
Told me.
talking about the pre-construction phase of the middle school project, where they help the architect come up with a
Cost estimate.
proposed cost estimate, among other things. So, just to set the stage, but go ahead.
That was perfect. I needed to be reeled in. So we, following the request for proposal that we received after we wrote it, we did hold a mandatory pre-bid conference in here. This is just an overview that we've talked about. We put together, the selection committee was a subcommittee of the building committee. And
Let me just name the folks and give them a big shout out. First of all was Dana Adams, who's from Capital Construction, owns his own construction companies, done a lot of this work. Nicole Fox, who many of you know, has been coming to our meetings regularly for a couple of years now. She's a civil engineer. Rick Brewster, who's got about 50 years of experience. Doesn't look that old, but he has 50 years of experience. I think he started when he was 6 years old.
I think that's what
And
he said.
And he, among other things, has been an estimator for lots of big projects. Jay Burgess, who's, I think, the facilities superintendent for the city of Concord. So we actually had some experts on this selection committee. I was on it, not exactly an expert. And then
You're getting there.
And then these three folks here, Kathleen and Jack and Matt, were also in the meeting. We met with the three firms today, but go ahead and explain who the three firms were. And
okay, so it was, I feel like we orchestrated it pretty good on the time frame. We had all three firms. The first firm was Consigli, home-based out of Massachusetts. PC Construction, home-based out of Vermont. And then Harvey Construction, who's home-based here in New Hampshire. We had put together a list of questions, suggested questions. We met early this morning with the group, with the committee. Everyone was assigned the question that they wanted to ask, and we were able to hear great presentations from all three firms. All of them very talented, great firms to work with. We deliberated after, and that we wanted to give that update tonight.
I would just say that what the process was, everybody got an hour, exactly an hour. And everybody got 15 minutes to present whatever they wanted to present. In some cases, it was kind of a partial rehash of the proposals they gave us. And these proposals were, on average, 40 pages long, something like that.
Every bit of that.
Covered all kinds of different things, everything from what their past experience with schools were, to what their process is, to what their litigation history is, to what their bonding capacity is, all kinds of technical stuff. They were given 15 minutes to kind of present what they wanted, and then for 45 minutes, we asked them pretty much the same questions, slightly varied, but depending on what their answers were ahead of time. And I thought it was a very fair, open, consistent process, which is kind of what you want to do when you're trying to evaluate people. And I would also just mention that although Consigli and PC are not based in New Hampshire, they both have New Hampshire offices. So, it's not like they haven't ever been in New Hampshire before. Anyway, having said that, do you have any more to add?
No, that covered it.
What I'd like to do at this time, so that we can give the board itself a little more color on what the recommendations coming out of that committee were. I'd like to go into a non-public session to discuss that. That would be under, I'm going to make a motion to go into non-public for RSA 91A3, Article 2, matters which if discussed in public would likely affect the reputation of any person or any member of the body itself, public body itself, unless such person requests an open meeting.
Second.
And, yeah. Second? All right. Vote? Ms. Hastings?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Vote. Ms. Hastings?
Aye.
Ms. Higgins?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye, so unanimous. So we'll go into non-public for probably maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll plan to come back out, and the goal here would be to have this committee make a recommendation to go to the school board meeting next Monday night on the 6th. Okay? So we'll be back in maybe 10 minutes. All right? Can I have a motion to come out of non-public?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Hastings, seconded by me. Vote on that. Does that have to be, let's do it.
Roll call.
Yeah. Ms. Hastings?
Aye.
Ms. Higgins?
Aye.
Ms. Walsh?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, unanimous. Motion to seal the minutes of the non-public portion of the meeting.
So moved.
Okay, second? Okay, I'll second.
Did you, Brenda?
Brenda?
Bob.
Okay, whichever.
Whoever. Me.
All right, Brenda.
All right, all in favor of sealing the minutes?
That is the one I think we need a
We need a
roll call.
roll call on that too? Okay. Ms. Hastings?
Aye.
Ms. Higgins?
Aye.
Ms. Walsh?
Aye.
And I agree. Unanimous. All right, so we're back in public session. Just for those who are joining late on Concord TV or whatever, we've been discussing the three candidates for construction manager pre-construction contract. A selection committee met on that today, and we were filling in the committee members on what the outcome of that was. Based on that, I'm going to make a motion that we send to the entire board on Monday night a motion to select Harvey Construction as the pre-construction manager. Is there a second to that?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Higgins. Discussion?
I just think it's important to talk about some of the things presented in terms of cost, and that it was the building selection committee's
I would say that
unanimous recommendation.
it was the unanimous recommendation of the building committee. I don't want to get into technical matters, but it was a unanimous recommendation of the building committee that Harvey was the best choice for the pre-construction phase of the project. We received cost estimates, one of which was about twice as much as the other two. The other two were within $7,000 of each other, with Harvey being slightly higher than one of the other companies. If you need more detail, I can provide that, but there were a number of other factors that went into why the committee recommended that we discussed in the non-public session. Other comments, questions, discussion?
I know as a committee member, one thing I really like about the selection is that it's a local company that's worked with us a lot, that's connected to our district, that's connected to people in our community. Whether or not that makes them more skilled laborers or the cheapest option or whatever, I think that's an important piece of the puzzle.
It is an important piece of the puzzle. They're a New Hampshire company.
Right.
Their subcontractors are New Hampshire companies, and that's definitely a factor.
Well, and I think to echo Ms. Higgins, they have experience building middle schools in New Hampshire, and we do have a track record of knowing that they deliver what they promise on budget and on time, if not under budget and under time.
Yeah, just for an example, they've worked in Concord. They were the construction manager with respect to all three elementary schools that were built, 12 years
12
ago?
years ago.
They were also in charge of the conversion from steam to gas for the school district. In both cases, they came in under budget and under time.
And that steam job, that was a last minute, oh my God, we have to fix it now.
Yeah,
And they
it
were
was.
unbelievably flexible and helpful. I mean, you can speak to that more than I can.
I
but-
sure can. People have asked me over the years, hey, what was it like to build three schools? What was it like I would tell you at points of that, both of those, comparing the two, the steam to gas was incredibly tough.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were being shut down, Concord Steam was, and we didn't have a choice. We put an addition on the high school, we put 6 boilers in, we swapped out the steam components and converted over to gas boilers, and we did it in a remarkably quick time. We really didn't have a lot of time to play with, and they professionally got it done. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Other comments, questions? All right, so I'd like to have a vote on asking that this committee move it forward with a recommendation to select them for pre-construction to the school board on Monday night.
Seconded?
I think it's already been seconded.
Oh, it has, that's right, we've already done that.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. All right, Matt, other things to bring to this committee meeting?
I don't have any more for tonight, but
All right.
if you have anything else?
Not that I'm aware of.
Motion.
See you again on Monday night.
Yeah,
Well,
tomorrow
actually,
night.
Say see
We'll
you tomorrow night.
I was going to say, tomorrow night, we have a building committee meeting for anybody.
I'll be here
who
in the
wants
morning,
to,
too.
to watch that. Yeah, and you'll be here overnight and tomorrow morning,
Just
too.
about.
Yeah. But, yeah, there is a full building committee meeting tomorrow night, and we'll be discussing this further at that time, too, as well. So, all right, thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Seconded. Seconded. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thanks.
Matt.